beautiful fans and friends, welcome to JulietJules channel. If today's your first time of being here, hello and welcome. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. So today I'm here to talk about the popular OPM, which is Omega Power Ministry founder by the name Pastor Chibuzor Chinyere, who has surfaced again one more time on social media. For those of you who do not know who Apostle Chibuzor is, actually the founder of the Omega Power Ministry, which happened to be located in Port Harcourt in Nigeria and is one of the biggest church in Nigeria. And this man of God has been on social media not only because of his good deed. The man is fond of helping the less privileged and sending children to school, especially the ones that lost their father or their parents or people that are unable to sponsor their children in school. This man of God is fond of doing that, using the tithe and offering he collects from the church to actually help the less privileged. So it was actually one of the man that sent the boys called Happy Boys on to Cyprus to go and study. And after 6 months later, the Happy Boys came on social media to announce that the man is no longer further supporting their education in Cyprus. They came and backlashed the man. The man came to explain, to say due to high cost of exchange rate in Nigeria that he was unable to sponsor them, and actually asked them to come back to Nigeria, and they refused to come back to Nigeria. So after that incident has gone over and over, there's other more revelation that the man is not only into helping people, that is also into having an affair with young children, especially for the children and young people that are living with him. The man has a church in Nigeria, and as well as having the church, young people that the parents are unable to look after them or to take care of them, these children or the orphan, he will bring them to his own home to live with him and his family, and he would then take care of them. And in the process, they said these children that are living with him, that the man is actually using them and allegedly sleeping with them, and as well as impregnated them. And recently, there was a post on social media last week by Happy Boys, which happened to be one of the boys that he helped to sponsor their education and send them to Cyprus. These boys came last week to wrote on their social media page that the man of God was actually sleeping with a 14-year-old girl and impregnated the 14-year-old girl, and that he has abandoned the girl. So this was a shock to a lot of people, which people were saying, commenting on the post to say, how can a man that a lot of people are looking up to, and how can a man of God be doing such kind of thing? As that was not enough, two other ladies has come onto social media to make a long video explaining how this news could be true. They also went on to one of the activists in Nigeria, and they make a real revelation, which I'm going to allow you guys to watch this video of these two separate ladies, and then we will discuss.
After the marriage, I left his house, and he continued with someone else.
How do you know about that?
Fine. We were all in the house, and he had already started having other girls before I left the house. So we all know about this.
How did you know? Can you prove to me how you got to know?
We talk to ourselves. We all know ourselves, and we talk to ourselves.
What's the name of the person?
There was Joy Joshua. There was Favor.
And they live there?
There was other people. Yes. It wasn't one. Yes. 3 months into the pregnancy, someone else got pregnant for him.
Someone else?
Yes. Someone else.
By who? What's the name of
Joy Joshua. After the marriage, I left his house, and he continued with someone else.
Joy Joshua. Where is she now?
She's currently in Lagos.
Does she have the baby?
Yeah, she has the baby.
She's in Lagos with the baby?
Yes.
Do you have her contact?
I don't have a contact, but currently she has been on my DM these few days.
Okay, you know what I'm asking you?
No, sir.
All you're telling me now, I'm going to investigate this matter before I move on.
No problem, sir. No problem. Sure. I was already sweating. There was AC in the room, but I was sweating and I was scared at the same time. So I was like, I don't understand. But Daddy, you know, there is somebody I want to get married to, and you're aware. So why are you actually asking me to do something like this? Why will you ask me to do something like this? What will I tell him? He said you don't have to tell him. He doesn't have to know. You just keep it between us. I was like, Even if you're asking me to go into a relationship with you, what kind of relationship exactly? He said I should come on, I should stop talking like I'm a child. And why am I talking like I don't know what I said, no, I don't want to assume. You have to say what you want. So what kind of a relationship are you talking about? He said, okay, since I want him to say it, that he is actually looking for a sexual relationship. I said, that you're a pastor. Yes.
By name?
He said that Apostle Chibuzor.
Okay, allegedly.
Yes.
Okay.
He said that after all, he's a man. He has flesh and blood running in his vein. In my head.
He was saying this to you?
Yes. In my head, I was trying to comprehend like where this whole idea or whatever it was coming from. So I told him, I said, what if I say no? What if I say no? I want to say no. I don't want to do it. He said, just know that you cannot say no. You know me already. I do not take no for an answer. In fact, he got angry at that moment and said, why do you even think you can say no? You can't say no. I cannot take no for an answer. Who do you even think you are to want to say no to me? People, you do know how many ladies that are at my beck and calls. But it's just because I can't go to outside to start doing nonsense. I cannot do this because of who I am. This one, a general overseer. I'm bringing myself down to ask you for something like this. And you're saying no. Who do you think you are? You cannot say no. I was like, wow. But I still want to know, what if I say no? What to come with it? He said, in that case, be ready to leave my house. And if you're leaving my house, don't think that I will let you go just like that. Because I know people will start asking you, because people know I like you very well and that you are my daughter. So if you leave my house without you committing any crime, people will start asking questions. And I know you will talk. So if you leave my house, don't think I will just let you go like that. To me, that was a threat. It was a threat to me.
Allegedly, if it's what he said is a threat, yes.
Yes. So I don't know if I should say I thought about this whole thing. I could not think about it. I just told him that, please, I wanted to sleep. This thing was on a Saturday evening. I told him, please, I needed to sleep. I've heard you, and I will think about it.
I remember the month.
Sorry?
I remember the month and the year.
This was in 2019, between March and April.
Okay.
Yes. I left his room that day. He was calling me back, and I left his room. I went to my room where we do sleep with other children. I couldn't think. I don't know, I did not know what to do at that point, and I was confused.
No.
I tried my best to avoid him throughout that day. So the next day, we all went to church. I was in church, and he was on the altar preaching. I wasn't seeing him. Everything I was saying was the things he was saying into my head. They keep sounding, they keep coming back, but I was just on my own. I was just there. Nobody knew what I was going through. We came back to the house that Sunday. I tried my possible best to avoid him. And then on Monday, he sent for me.
Oh, no.
On Monday, he sent for me. That the children came, Daddy, Auntie Lovett, Daddy's calling you. What will I tell the children? If I tell them to go and tell him that I'm not coming, what will I be explaining to them? So I just stood up and I went to meet him. He was like, are you still thinking? I'm sure you've made up your mind about this whole thing, that he doesn't know what I'm thinking about. After all, it's not like I'm a virgin. After all, that if I just agree, whatever I wanted, he would give me. Is it house? What is it that he cannot give me? Money. I'm planning for my wedding. He was going to give me the best wedding in Port Harcourt. He was going to do this. He started saying so many things. I was just looking at him. When he finished talking, I asked him, I said, I am aware that if I agree to this, it is going to be a hidden relationship, right? He said, yes. I said, fine. In this situation, what if I get pregnant? He said, is he a child? That he won't let me get pregnant. I said, it's not about being a child. Pregnancy can happen. So if you're saying you won't let me, it's the same thing that you have to use protection. Whatever will happen, if at all anything will happen. He said, but how do I expect him to go and get protection? What will he tell people he wants to use it for? Imagine if him going outside. I said, if that is the case, I will buy it for you. I asked him for money. He gave me 10,000 naira cash that day. And then I went out. I went to everyday supermarkets and I bought him a pack of Durex. Yes.
Durex, that's
came back to the house. Yes, came back to the house, gave it to him. He was just looking at me and I left. So the next day, he was actually still asking. I have thought about the whole thing because honestly, it's not like I haven't been in a relationship, but someone like him, who he is, the threat, the fear, I was not aware if he had a dirty lifestyle I did not know before now. So I did not know what to be scared of. I didn't know, like, my head was full. So when people are asking, did he rape you? So it wasn't a rape. So when I thought about this whole thing, I said, okay. I told him, fine, if this is what you want, no problem. But on one condition, I don't ever want to get pregnant. He said he has heard me. I should stop preaching. That do I even see him like someone who will not be able to take care of his child if anybody get pregnant for him? I said, okay, thank God you're the one saying this. So the relationship started. It wasn't once, it wasn't twice. He kept demanding for sex.
So he had his way.
Yes, he had his way. And at each single time, he refuses to use the protection.
Are you serious?
And I made sure I always reminded him. I said, I asked you to use protection and you're always refusing. He said, I am in his house and I cannot call the shots. I can't tell him what to do in his house. So he called the shots and he decides what happened. And I kept telling him, don't get me pregnant and expect me to go for abortion, because I will not. Yeah. I told him this. He said I should stop preaching. I said, no problem. He kept having his way. Now, this whole thing started in March.
When you say he kept having his way, what do you mean by that?
When I mean that, he kept demanding for sex.
Was it? Yes. Did it happen? Did he sleep with you? Did he have sex with you?
And it happened. Yes, he kept sleeping with me without protection.
Okay.
So that is the video of two separate ladies that have come onto social media to say that they were one of the people that allegedly sleeping with Apostle Chibuzor of Omega Power Ministry, and as well as not only sleeping, that the man of God was sleeping with them, that they also got pregnant. You could see one of the girl was saying that there is a girl in Lagos that has moved on to Lagos that got pregnant for Apostle Chibuzor. And as that was not enough, the girl in question, which I believe the activist was promising that he's going to investigate, has come onto social media to make that long video to tell the world that, look, she was the one that got pregnant, and that she's not only been pregnant for Apostle Chibuzor, that Apostle asked her to put the baby's name onto her husband's name, whereas the husband is not the biological father of the child, that the child belongs to Apostle Chibuzor, but the apostle was asking her to give the child to her current husband. And as well as Apostle Chibuzor has come onto social media to react onto this allegation, and also to say that this allegation that she's receiving on social media is completely a blackmail, that is completely untruth and false against him, that people or someone out there is trying to tarnish his image, is trying to bring him down, and is trying to destroy his character using social media. I'm just going to read what Apostle Chibuzor wrote on his social media page. It says here, I have been reading comments on social media posts concerning the allegation against OPM, and I see so many people blaming the happy boys that was sent by Apostle Chibuzor Chinyere to Cyprus. They are not responsible for the blackmail. There is a supposed doctor in US that called that the OPM demanding for $1 million from him. So they said that the allegation or the blackmail that you're seeing on social media is not coming from Happy Boys. As I said earlier on, Happy Boys were the boys that this man sponsored them on a scholarship and sent them to Cyprus to go and study. Although they had an issue with this man of God, but this time around, this post that is circulating on social media is not coming from these same boys. It's coming from a particular doctor and is living in USA. And I continue to read here. They are not responsible for the blackmail. There is a supposed doctor in USA that called Daddy OPM demanding for $1 million from him, or his group will fight him. He said they operate in West Africa, Europe, America, and made a list of some prominent Nigeria that has settled them. Apostle, as a man whose passion is to help the less privileged and put smile on people's faces, will rather use the money to bless more life, because that is what will make God happy. My dear brothers and sisters, do you know what God will make? You are not in the mind of God, please. So the reading continue to say, first, they recruit the Happy Boys, then fabricated news against late Miss Deborah family, which all turned out to be fake. You guys said it was not Happy Boys. Now you're contradicting yourself by saying that it's not Happy Boys, it's Happy Boys. Which one are we going to believe when you say that these people in US, or the so-called doctors in US, or the so-called 419 in US are the one recruiting Happy Boys? I'm just going to continue to read here. It says here, this said person is busy bringing up strategies and recruiting people against the man of God, promising to relocate them and their family to America, that him and his team are in partnership with Simon's University, USA. We reached out to the president, Simon University, and sadly, they confirmed that they don't know him. This same man promised to connect the Happy Boys to the president of Cyprus and take them to America. That's the reason the Happy Boys said OPM abandoned them and refused the flight ticket that was bought for them. If they need help, Apostle will generously help them, but trying to gain through blackmail will not work. The offering and tithe are for the work of God and to help the less privileged. For more than 12 years, God has been using his Daddy OPM to help the less privileged, and he will never stop or be discouraged. So that is what Apostle Chibuzor has come onto social media to debunk the news that is going on social media, to say that he is not the one that was raping these young girls that were living with him, and that he is the one that is allegedly pregnated him. My people, they say problem be like my neighbor generator. I know these men of God, they are human. No matter that they are men of God, they are human. I'm not in support of anybody blackmailing anybody. If this is true, that this man of God is certainly or is heartily using his influence or his power, or because of the position that he is now using it to oppress the poor, because young people have leave their parent to come and live, or through one problem or the other, has now living with you, and rather than you helping them as you promised, or if you cannot help them, you let them go, but you're using it to do something evil against these people. My people, karma day. We are not judging the man of God. If this is true, God is the only one that will know the truth. But if it's not true that somebody is using his own mouth to blackmail this man of God, or to discourage this man from doing the work that God has sent him to do on earth. We have heard a lot of good things that this man of God has done to family, have done to young people. Most of the young people is about sending them, giving them an education, or giving some family a roof under their head. and somebody out there is trying to tarnish his image, there's also karma for these people if you're trying to tarnish this man of God image. That's all I can say. My people, what are your thoughts and your opinion about this? Do you think what they are saying is right or wrong? Feel free to leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, bye.